Today we're going to look at the Cook Islands, and in this part of the world, as you can see in the last few videos and probably in the future, I'm going to cover pretty much as I can from this part of the world, but it's a very, let's say, not that appealing to make that many information in these countries or states or dependency or territories, whatever. So I'm going to simplify as much as possible. You can see here, that's pretty much on the map, very spread out. The only thing I'm going to interesting in this one, population obviously 15,000, I'm going to look that in depth a bit, but economy in itself, I don't think it is extremely wow. I mean, look at this, GDP nominal total is around 384 million US dollars, and per capita is pretty decent, 21,000, which is okay, let's say at least that. So I'm not going to make again that many information. Corruption probably the same as other countries in this part. History clearly one of those British territories. Now I think it's more a dependency of the New Zealand. That for now, at least for me, is not exactly that important. The main video it's about how those people actually, when we look at that with Google Earth, Street View, and some 360 that we have. But first, let's look at the population. Around 13,000 people. So we can see even those data. Then they say they are around 15,000. I'm not sure exactly, from 2021. Okay, so clearly the population got down a bit by these metrics at least. Again, you should never take any data that you see on my channel in this site, that you can find it pretty much easy for yourself. It doesn't mean they're exactly accurate like that. Probably, like I said, they're gonna have a error or around 10%, whatever. I keep explaining that in the video, but I don't want to repeat myself in every single one of them. So for this Cook Island video, we're going to look at population now. 13,000 people, as you can see, they're already going down, and the growing rate also going on the down trajectory. But 1955, they were around 16,000 people with a almost 2% growing rate. That would be like around 300 people, and migration still on the minus 150. Median age around 15 years old, and one of those nonsense fertility rate around 7, which is huge in my opinion, and 42% urban population, which is pretty decent for 1955 for a place like this. Now fast forward 2025, population got down 13,000 people. The growing rate, look at this, it's minus 3.4%, which is pretty huge. I'll say pretty alarming, even by my standards. Yearly change around minus, let's say, 500, and migration minus 500. So pretty much people choose to leave the country or the island. Median age around 37, 38 years old. Fertility rate much more manageable too, which is pretty good, I would say, for them. Urban population, pretty much the same. They have a year before in 2024, 98%, so now pretty much 100%. Even from today, probably it's going to be like 99% or 100%. It doesn't even matter. They are pretty much everyone living in an urban area. Now, how urban it's going to be, we're going to look at in a moment, but look at this. 2050, they project the population is going to go down under 10,000 people with yearly change around minus 0.6%. That will be like minus 58 people. Median age around migration, minus 26. Median age around 38 years old. So you can see they actually go younger, as you can see. So median age in 2030 is going to say 41 years old, but no, in 2050 is going to be, they project even younger than that. Fertility rate well around 1.8, which again, it is pretty decent, let's call it like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the numbers that you can see. Now let's see how those people actually, you can see they're so spread out, it's not going to be actually easy to identify them, I would say. Look at this. Date of independence 1965. If you're into the stuff, population in 21, again they go with that 15,000, and continent Oceania or Oceania, depends how you want to call it. So that it's something interesting. Now I want to start, I can see here one of those very small islands. Again, probably not gonna see that many 360 or none of them or anything, clearly not street views, but you can see from above those islands, they are pretty interesting. In this region, I think they have one of those things like deep sea mining and stuff like that. They're gonna want to go for this region, and that's gonna be somehow beneficial for all of us. We're gonna have a lot of those rare materials. They are a bit controversial in that department, but we're not gonna go in this video in that much detail. Now let's go to a more, let's say, manageable one. This one, I don't think they are part of the Cook Islands. I don't see them circle in red, but this one definitely are. So we're gonna look as fast as much as possible to this urban area. As you can see here, this is an urban area for the island, and for that 15,000 people, whatever you want to call it, this is how they live. And let's see exactly how those people looks here in their own homes. Now roads, they are paved roads, but not so well, as you can see. And clearly this is the where the bay area, the port it is, so clearly it's going to be a lot of traffic, so we can assume that there's going to get some damage with time. And keep in mind, this is 2015, so not exactly very accurate, 10 years ago, but it looks pretty nice. I mean, look at this, they keep the ground very nice here. I like it. They're using those scooters, which is good. I don't think they're gonna have that many cars here, but they're gonna have a few of them. And look at this, how it looks. Houses from above, it looks pretty spread out, it looks nice. Yeah, this is a graveyard. I didn't expect someone to just make a 360 here, but it looks like in someone's yard. I don't think it's a cemetery. Also pretty interesting. Ooh, I like it here. I really like it. Look at this, nice paved roads, even some lines here, looking pretty good. And this is 2018. Not exactly very recent, but still it could be worse. Clearly this is going to look like a resort, so probably it's going to be like one of those places you can go there to have some nice vacation, nice time. It looks pretty nice. I think those two ones are a bit too close to each other to have like your dream vacation, let's call it like that, but still looking pretty decent. Yeah, I don't think this is probably the main island, I'm not sure exactly, but it looks nice so far. Good weather. This is 2024, so very recently. Let's see, we have one from the sea, or it's just something from above. Oh, it's from above. And this is 2024, so very recently, November. Yeah, it looks like a nice place to have a vacation here, but again, probably they're one of those whoever, maybe somebody from the resort make those 360, and clearly they choose the perfect weather for that. And that's not a bad way. Like I say, you should do it exactly like that. So it looks like a dream. But look at this, from the ground level in October, it doesn't look that appealing, let's say like that. But still, it's interesting to have those two different ways of showing things. One of them in the best condition possible, one of them in not such not the worst, I think, but still not the way you will imagine a place like this. So yeah, but otherwise it looks pretty nice. I kind of like it so far. Again, not that many people. The economy, it's decent. It's pretty much the same as in my country per capita, at least. But as you can see in this part of the world, probably things are still expensive. It's not like, wow, they're gonna have one of those dream places. Like it's gonna be at least affordable, and you're gonna have a nice quiet life. I wish it would be like that, but I don't think it is. I have no idea. What is this? What are they doing right there on the runway? But they put it like that. It looks pretty nice. I mean, it's simple, it's clean. I don't think the crime rate also is that high. So it looks pretty good, I have to say. Here, again, not the best weather, but still pretty nice. Whew. Let's move on the other part of the island. Let's see this one's here. Clearly some resort, we've seen that part, but here again, still resorts, I think. Or maybe open air restaurants. They have some cars. So far I think they're Japanese cars. I don't think I see a European one. But it was interesting, like in New Caledonia we saw so many European cars. Again, it's a French territory, whatever, but still, it was extremely interesting. A lot of scooters, probably they're from tourists. I don't know what's happening here. But clearly it's a touristy destination. Look at this, they're pretty much resorts everywhere. So probably that's why the economy is mostly like, oh, they have even bikes, that's nice. It looks, Cook Island, it looks nice, I have to say. It looks like clearly a destination for vacation, and I don't think they're gonna have anything else working for them, so far at least. But it's a service-based industry, I would say, so clearly they tend to do better than the other ones. Save your best economy, sorry, not industry. Save your best economy. Looks good. I like it. I really like it. Feel like a nice, small, cozy place. Can actually have some relaxing time. Look at this. Very nice. Again, best condition possible. And some editing, but still, I can blame them for that. I will do the same if I were them. So yeah. Actually, it shows even better if you like even actually care to post only the best of the best, or at least a good quality. That's good. Even here, look at this. Not that many people on this beach, and clearly you can have some privacy if you want. And it looks great. That's also nice to have. See, not actually, everywhere you go, you're gonna see some hotels, resorts, whatever, spa, salons, restaurants, bars. You can have some nice quiet times in some of the places. Now here, I'm not bothered about those trees falling down as long as there's no human garbage. That's pretty nice. That's natural here, as you can see. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I will not say anything bad about that. Again from above. Yeah, it seems like they taking very well care about those small islands, at least in this region, and somebody actually bothered to go in these places and make those 360 in a good quality and post them. So kudos for you guys, whatever you are. Probably in this one is this Rob Sofen. I don't think I can pronounce it right, but very recently, 2023. So maybe before that nobody make a 360 here, but this guy did it. So yeah, good for them, and also good for us because we can actually have the chance to see them, and they are great quality. I mean, just look at them. Great quality on this from the drone footage. Good for us and for this guy. Again, pretty clean. I mean, look at this. I don't see not one garbage. So yeah, I'm assuming that at some point they're gonna arrive to the ocean. They're gonna have some garbage here, but they clean it up so they don't let it like that. Here in west of the world, in Europe, always bombard us with how many trash we have, and anything is gonna end up in the ocean and in those remote islands. Those palm trees or whatever they have here, probably they are man-made, they planted by someone, I believe, or maybe it's a natural thing, who knows, but probably they are planted, and with time it's gonna have nice small islands. Something happened here. Yeah, it's a resort, it's a construction, probably I can see. Even in those remote ones, maybe they get a very easy approval here. Which is not exactly a bad thing. You produce pretty decent construction. I don't think it's a resort, this one. I think it's just like, I don't know, like someone just watching post, something like that there, at least. Here, the same thing. It's kind of old construction. I'm not sure exactly what they're using. They're not permanently livable in there, but this is 2015, 10 years ago, and damn, it looks nice. Here on the beach we have clearly some trees from above that were planted very yeah, you can see they are clearly planted by the humans. Okay, this vacation, nice vacation. So one of those main touristic attraction islands, probably. It could be let's say improve, but still doesn't look that bad. Yeah, it looks look at this. That's pretty much the main part. Let's check those on. Yeah, those small nice islands, it looks okay, I have to say. Not that much distance between them. Like I said, if you want to have some privacy, you can definitely can, even probably in middle of the season, the touristy season. But I like it. Yeah, look at this. We saw that from above. It looks very nice, very appealing. Look at this. Have even of this sand island here. The very small forest there. Yeah, it looks probably like if you work in this tourist service-based industry economy, whatever you want to call it, you should be able to do pretty well from yourself there. I guess everybody kind of work, especially in this part here, work in these apartments. Clearly there's gonna be some like taking care of the, I don't know, garbage, streets, all that stuff. But so far as I can see, it looks pretty good. Let's go back on again on the main island, see more details, because clearly the population is gonna live here. Then it's gonna be pretty much like where you go to have some fun, vacation, and all that stuff. Here you can actually see how those people, the locals, actually live in their homes, and I kind of like it. They're a bit spread out. Some areas not that many trees, which it could be improved. This is a nice gift shop with some bar there, I think. Again, doesn't look bad. They have some forest, but around the houses it could be, I would say, I would like to see much more green. And clearly this is for rental purposes. I don't think someone actually living permanently there. It's just pretty much for the tourists. Not so bad also. Yeah, the roads, clearly they need some improvement in some area, but this is 2017. Maybe they improved it by now. I'm not sure exactly, but again, those electric posts, you already know my opinion about them. Not so bad, actually. You know what? It looks like a nice, quiet island. Probably, again, the same story is gonna be like any other islands that looks okay and nice in this part of the world. It's gonna be expensive to live. It's kind of the cursed, I would say. If it's nice and cozy and we like it, it's gonna be expensive. It is what it is, I guess, by now. Well, that's a nice scooter. I like this. We use those scooters. Clearly, they don't need that many cars. I mean, look at this. The island is so small. Even I guess with a bicycle, you can do very well here. You don't need even a scooter. Maybe an electric scooter, that would be actually even better. If they have reliable source of power, that would be great. Here probably is the cell tower or a radar system or whatever. That's a solar panel. Yeah, it looks nice. A bit windy, as you can see. Those trees. This is 2017, so yeah, probably they improve it by now, but otherwise not so bad. I like it, but again, probably it's gonna be expensive to live. That's the downside of these nice places. Clearly, those people did very well making this part of the world here in this island actually pretty nice. I wish we have more of those 360s, or at least some street view, to actually see more in detail how they actually live. But it looks like they done a very well job. Even here, look at this, some chickens. We have some chickens. Those are banana trees, sweet bananas, as you can see. So yeah, I'm not sure it's that clear. On these islands, fuel is gonna be more expensive because, again, transportation and all that stuff. Food, again, especially fresh food, is gonna be more expensive. So you have some pretty major down facts, let's say, about this place. But yeah, I mean, look at this. If you work, like I say, in this service industry and you get some tips from the clients, probably you're gonna do decent at least. I wish we can see more exactly the houses here, how they live, but I don't have that many 360s, so we can actually get a more accurate image. We have those street views in those very remote islands, but here for some reason we don't have in that much detail. Housing here, not so bad, but also it's pretty basic for this part of the world. I don't see something wow, something amazing, something that I wish I can see it. It looks okay, decent, livable, but nothing like, let's say, we saw in New Zealand, for example. There were like nice architecture, nice lines, nice oh, they have even an ambulance here. Look at this. So clearly you're gonna have some people that work in a medical system, some people that work in police and all that stuff. Smoke free homes. Wow. Nice pickup trucks here, good pavement. I mean, yeah, it looks good. Not a bad place to live. Again, we saw that. Let's go to the other island. Probably that's the main one. Let's go to the other islands and see if you can actually see more of those 360s, but probably not that much. Keep in mind, there are like 10,000, 15,000 people here around that, so yeah, it is what it is. Here we have something in a forest. Oh, it's a cave actually. And they go down on this. No, I don't think so. Yeah, see, we have something here interesting. Let's check them. Pretty good. I think I saw some humans around that. Here it's some construction, but I think we saw right here. Look at this. Spread out, which is nice. Not that many trees, which is kind of sad because why would not want to pretty much surround you with trees in a place like this? Probably they get a lot of sun, so that's gonna pretty much cool your house, I would say. But hey, maybe it's not exactly like that here, at least. Clearly they have some cars on this island. They have roads, even they are dirt roads, not exactly paved roads, but still. Here they have actually paved roads. Oof. But clearly there are not that many people living here, so yeah, probably you're gonna build one road. If you do it right, it's gonna last forever. You're not gonna have problems, which is good. Nice forest here. I'm pretty much don't wanna step here because clearly there's gonna be some snakes around. I'm not a big fan of those. Look at this. They have an airstrip here in the northern part of the island. That's pretty interesting. And the major population, it's here. And the only road, as you can see, it's here, and then it goes in this place when you have this small port, let's call it like that, and then they go deep in the island, and the island looks very flat, I would say. Yeah, unfortunately you don't have a 360 in this region to see them, how exactly those people live, but we can assume that's a bit worse than we saw on the main island. Not that much. Usually it is a bit worse, but not a huge dramatic differences. Here clearly an island just used for I don't know, conservation. I don't think they have a building built here. Oh no, actually they have. Oh, it's on the other side. Okay, so actually it's a livable island. I'm not sure exactly. That's the level. They increased that high. Let me check again. It looks like, whoa, what the fuck? It's just pretty much an error. Where are the urban area? Right here. Let's see if you can actually see. Again, not that many 360s, but we're gonna have a few. Probably you can actually see. Ooh, that's a nice color there. That's a radar cell tower. I'm not sure exactly what looks like a radar to me. Here, pretty good. Those water tanks, we see them everywhere. Clearly you need a system, again, like I previously said in my videos. Okay, we fix the power with electricity with the solar powers and turbines, but we need a system that actually can take water from the ocean, a very small one, as I say, at a house-based level, and actually produce clean, sweet water, whatever you want to call it, actually drinkable water from the sea water. That would be actually amazing if you have one of those, if you invent, or at least we develop a system like that, so we can actually resolve that problem. Then the sewage water getting recycled and use it again, not exactly for drinking, obviously. You can use it for clean water, again, 100%. You can drink it, but you're not gonna do it, let's face it. But you can use for, I don't know, washing your car, wet your whatever garden, water your garden, stuff like that. You can actually use this water, I would say. I will not drink it either, at least I'm not that open-minded yet. So far this island, yeah, very small communities. I'm not sure exactly, it's 2017, this one. They have some nice caves here, so clearly not that touristy as we saw with the main island, but it could be some potential there, I would say. Here again, some small community in the middle of the island. Now we don't have a 360s, but you can see those are probably solar panels, I would say. I'm not sure exactly, don't see it very well. So it seems like on this island very recently, I would say, they got electricity, so like in the last 20-30 years. I suspect probably they have some other sources of taking them, but this one, it looks like a bit much more step forward, let's call it like that. But it looks pretty good. Again, the problem is going to be like water. I would say the next one can actually fix the water forever, don't have any trouble with that, and also sewage water. Then you get some very well internet speed and some cell signals. Probably you have internet speed, you're going to have cell signals 100%. And then somehow managed to develop the economy in the way that they're going to allow people to improve, especially their home and their lives, education, health system, all that good stuff. So you're not actually worrying about anything. And then probably with the next generation, because they're going to take some time to fix all those things, you're going to just start living and then tackle the actual problems, not those economic ones. Wow, looks nice on the beach here. A bit windy as well. It's 2017, so not that recently, but still looking pretty good. Even the quality of that 360, top notch. Oh, that's an interesting one. I mean, look at this. I like when you have those, when you can go on those beaches and you have privacy. That's always welcome, always nice. We saw even in this huge that main island with a huge tourist industry. We have even those small islands, and you can actually, retreat there and enjoy some privacy. Here, yeah, I like it. Those islands small. Now this garbage here, I don't like it. I have to say, just I don't know how they missed that in the 17. Probably they fix it by now, hopefully. But yeah, again, this water tanks, kind of a huge problem. I'm not sure. I mean, they collect the water from here and then they use it for what? Drinkable? You have to clean it. Okay, wash your clothes in a machine. You can do that, especially if you have some filters. Wash yourself, wash your car, water your garden. Yeah, but if it doesn't rain, what are you gonna do? See, that's why I see we need a small system to clean the water inside every single house. So you're not gonna rely on a huge system, especially if you're living in such a remote place. Let's see now what else we can see. This one. Ooh, let's check it. Wow, very rocky. And we have, look at this. I don't know exactly how they call this. It's probably from the boats, from ships. An anchor, yeah. I think that's an anchor. I don't know how it end up right here, but clearly they built some stairs to see that anchor there. So it's gonna be like one of those touristy attraction, but clearly in this one they're not gonna have that many hotels, but they have some communities here, which is nice. Wow, I don't think it's from this place, or if it does, pretty strange. Unfortunately, we don't have that many 360s, so we can go in more detail, but from above it looks okay. Again, they fix a lot of problems from their nature. I'd say the houses are not jammed together, spread out, which is good. They have other problems that we don't have here, but they seems to be on a good pattern. I'm not sure exactly what they cultivate here, but clearly they are farming something there. They have even those small resorts, so they have some. Okay, let's check this one. Some touristy industry. Ooh, I like this one. Look at these nice windows. The stairs need some work, but it looks pretty nice. Those blind shutters looks nice. Whoa, what is happening here? So clearly this construction consolidated this wall, not actually falling down in the sea, in the water. It looks pretty good. It looks nice. This is from heating. We see heating your water, it's already solved by these panels, very easy and cheap. So that's a great thing. The most we need is a clean water. That's clean water, reliable energy source. Right now in 21st century, very good internet connection, very good speed. We can survive without them, but we need them if you want to, you know, prosper. And yeah, you are pretty good. And switch the water. I mean, clean the water, not just dump it in the sea. That'll be also a bit great. So yeah, I think that's it on this part. I think there are more islands, but I'm not sure exactly how much importance gonna be. We're gonna look at this one also. Probably looks like them. We check this one. I thought that this is the main one. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, probably this one is the main one. But that one looks nicer, I have to say, here in the mountains. So this is the last one. Let's check the main one. Ooh, some I don't know, trucks there, let's call it like that. Here the roads, yeah, not so well, I have to say. Housing, I kind of like this house, it looks better. Yeah, the roads in not such a great condition, I have to say. And we have some street views, good for us. 2024, so very recently, so clearly I don't think they fixed that by now. But ooh, that's a nice fence right there. House has already looked better here. I have those cables again. You can definitely improve that. Definitely improve it. Not so bad here actually. Ooh, we have a lot of those street views. Street views using a car right now. It looks pretty nice. I think here is actually a better road than the main one. So you can see the main one is getting pretty much used so much. It's gonna be some wear and tear on that one. Let's see what else can we see. Housing, like I said, I think it looks better so far. We didn't see that many, but I think it looks better. Here the road actually looks better. Yeah, so maybe it was just that portion. Yeah, this house, I think it looks better. I'm not a big fan of that fence, but also it's not that intrusive. This house doesn't look so well. But definitely we saw some better ones. This is a bus station. Ooh, let's see this bus station. Like I say, you can have the nice bus station. It's gonna tell you a lot about the people here. And it looks pretty nice. And as you can see, when you move on the other side of the road, for some reason, now I can't. But it was on the other side of the road. Clearly they improved that, they changed it. They make it better, which is good. This is clearly a resort. Look at this from above. Man, it's huge. Yeah, that's a resort right there. It's gonna attract a lot of tourists and money. I wish we're gonna have more street views on those small streets. But yeah, road here not so well, but also not probably the worst as we saw. I don't think if that's garbage, that's kind of fucked up, but I don't think it's garbage. I think it's something for plants. Yeah, so I don't think it's garbage. Houses, again, much better here. Not a big fan of those multiple store houses, but it looks nice in this place, I have to say. Somebody living in a tent or whatever. Look, see, that's a nice fence. Just using plants, using vegetation, it's gonna look much better. Oh, they have even some sewage here, as you can see. Ooh. Actually, you know what? They're doing pretty well here. And this is a huge island, so clearly, like I said, this is clearly the main island. Let's check this one. So 10,000 people, 15,000 people. Oh, that's a nice jeep. Actually, it looks pretty. You think like small numbers, but you can see how many actually how that looks on those islands with those construction infrastructure that you need to provide for those. Let's call it 15,000 people. You can see actually it's a pretty high number when you have to provide. I mean, look at how many houses you need, how many roads, how much power do you need for them, how much water do you need, and all that stuff. Even for 10-15,000 people, it's not an easy job. Now can you imagine scaling that up to 1 million people or 5 million people in a city? So yeah, and we think it's good to complain about things where not exactly how you want it, or when it actually could be better. But clearly, I don't like this garbage here. But clearly, in such a short time, I mean, just 100 years ago, just pretty much nobody has electricity. We did some huge progress in our civilization. Yeah, I heard some stories, and I tend to believe them now, that somehow the evolution of our civilization was kind of made with a handbrake raise used. Oh, that's a nice resort here, room. So yeah, they seems to be like we're supposed to be much more advanced today than we are, than we actually are. But I tend to believe that. But still, we done pretty decent. I have to say, we done pretty decent when you compare what's happened, how it used to be 100 years ago. With we done. What was that? Let me check this. We done pretty good. Experience dinner show. Okay, I want to see that. I'm not sure exactly what this construction is supposed to be, but ooh, what a car. Let me check that again. That's a Ford probably, right? No, it's a Mitsubishi, I think, an L200 if I'm not mistaken. It looks pretty nice on this island. Have one of those pickup trucks, European size one, let's call it like that, not the American one. American, I think it's still a touch too big. It looks pretty nice. Yeah, clearly they do much better with the money in this part of the world. And yeah, it's gonna be, everything is gonna be more expensive. You have much more money in the economy, and that many people also. Like I say, it's pretty much the size, the economy per capita at least, with my country. And I can see, despite the places that they live, I can see just doing better here. But again, it's gonna be probably the nature of the island, the landscape. Ooh, I like those small walls, some small fences, but a bit taller, I would say here. A bit, you just cut them in half. It's gonna be twice as cheap and twice as fast. That was a cemetery right there? Well, I didn't see it. Oh yeah, I think it looks like a cemetery. A very small one. Right on the highway. I guess this is the highway. Super brown. For 24 hours. Wow, pretty good. So this is a gas station. Not so bad. It's a Mercedes right there. It looks nice, I have to say. The roads here are actually very good. Look at this. They're doing very well here. Ooh, that's an expensive car. Definitely an expensive one. It looks nice on this part of the island. Look at the airport here. It's actually pretty sizable. Look at this. Departures passenger only. It is big. That's a cemetery, 100%. 100% that you see, that's cemetery. Okay, you can use the bike here. You don't need it. Okay, kind of need the car here because it's a bigger the island. But with a scooter here, you're gonna be great. One of those small Japanese, Korean, whatever they are, pickup trucks. Those are great. If you do some farming working, those are great. They have even a dealership, Nissan here. So clearly the economy probably is doing pretty well. You have one of those dealership on the island with not that many people, with 10,000 people. I mean, like, I have to believe there are around 10,000 people on this island. We have other people on the other island, so clearly they cannot be all of them they have on the other island. So far I kind of like it, these Cook Islands. You know what? It is pretty good. Clearly they're gonna have some not so well neighborhoods, let's call it like that. Even they have like a small farming here for the fresh food. But I kind of like it here. You know what? It looks pretty decent. Oh, this one is not available. What? That would be a great one to check. Let's check this one instead. Yeah, they're doing nice in here. And again, for not that many people, there still feels like a lot when you see all this island. Again, they are not living jamming together. I don't see a place when you see, oh, they're actually living jamming together here. Look at it, they squeeze them out. No, they are pretty spread out. I mean, they have their space, which is good. But clearly, you can expect like 10,000 people. You expect to see, at least I expect to see a smaller number. But even here, you see there are a lot of them in places. Oh, this one doesn't work. Why? That was a great one to see. So yeah. Like I say, imagine doing that with 1 million people. Oh, that's a nice place. Look at this. Nice yards, nice road, alley, whatever you want to call it. They seems to do pretty well. This is the end of the line. Now, I'm not against putting your car on the lawn like that on the grass, but you can see here they have some nasty, especially if it rains, it's not gonna feel that well. So you can actually pave a bit with some stones and something to prevent those mud coming out and destroy your grass, but maybe it's not such a big worry there. But it's nice to put your car on the on the grass, I guess. They even have some dogs here. I don't think it's a loose one, probably it's this guy, but we have dogs here. Clearly this is more from the resort island. We have some small islands. It's gonna be great to put a resort here and just go in those small ones. A lot of tourists here too. So yeah, probably not as good for tourists as we saw in the other island that I thought that was the main one, but clearly wasn't. Like I said, I thought that was a main one because it's like 10,000 people. Okay, that seems like that, but clearly no. This is how it looks like 10,000 people, or maybe even less here, because we have a lot on that island too. So, there is much more than I expected. I have to say that. Yeah, here the road clearly needs some improvement, and this is 2024, so I don't think they've done it by now. Looks nice, it's one of those places, clearly a ex-British territory, colony, whatever you want to say. Now it's pretty much, I think, they have even electric cars, and those are expensive Kias, by the way. So clearly some folks here, they're doing very well financially. Very well. Yeah, they seems to do well. Yeah, I expected to see less when I think 10,000 people. It's not going to be that many, but actually there are quite a few of them. Yeah, whatever we want to go here, it's pretty decent. We have some, let's say, not rough areas, but not that well polished. Let's call it like that. Otherwise, they seems to do pretty well in here. Even they have some of those small mountains, like going around 500 meters. You can even climb them. See, you don't have to be stuck on the sea, on the beach level if you don't like go to swim. And on that stuff, you like hiking, they have that too. See, I don't like this garbage here. It doesn't look well at all, I have to say. It does not serve them well. This is 2018, probably they cleaned that by now. This looks like a resort, or maybe a gas station would be a very fancy one. Road not so bad, or maybe they got hit by something, I don't know. That's a pink car. That's a Nissan Micro, I think. I drove one of those cars. Horrible cars. I hate them. It's gonna pretty much fuck up your back if you drive that car more than 4 hours. Pretty decent. Yep. That's a nice house there in the mountains. Probably someone rich living there 100%. Let's check this small island. Somebody go here and make a 360. Good for them. It's from above, even better. Yeah, it seems like those people on the Cook Islands looking pretty good. Not so bad to live here. Again, probably it's gonna be expensive. The same story goes for everyone. If it's a nice place to live in a paradise, it's gonna be expensive. It's not gonna get cheap. Maybe, like I say, in the future with better technology, transportation, water, energy, all that good stuff, maybe, and also some changing in human behavior, which I think that's gonna be a long shot. You can start see those places getting more affordable, but keep in mind, a lot of people, as we can see in the data, a lot of people, 400, 500, they're gonna go down by 2050, they say, by these metrics. So a lot of people are still living the islands. So if it was that paradise, if it was that great, why they were living? So clearly, even it looks on the surface pretty nice. I suspect that actually opportunities for everyone to make a decent living is not gonna be that easy. So in the end, I would say that the island, even they looks pretty good. I didn't see that many, at least I didn't look for those abandoned houses where they looks better than we saw in other places. But the population is going down, even here in this paradise. So things are not that nice as we might expect. Even the living, like I say, in paradise, in the economic looks pretty good. The rocks looks pretty good. The houses look pretty good. All that stuff, it looks nice and decent and great. In some areas, clearly, probably on the ground level, it's not exactly like that. So you can see, even I try to simplify as much as I can, and I try to present in a simple way. Let's see how those people live. Let's see how it is there, and I think we can see. Just somebody's house here. We can have some decent images, I would say. That's an expensive house. Look at that pool. We can have some rough idea, but when you see people actually living and going down in the population, again, they have one of those nonsense 7 fertility rate, which is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And probably from the island, or from island like this, so for everyone to doing pretty well, you're gonna need to have like 1,000 people around that to see, that's actually great for everyone. Now, which probably we're never gonna be, because human nature, just the way it is. That's a nice room, but I think it's in a tent. So even here, look at this, they try to chip out, I would say, the much as possible. You're not gonna build the construction, you're gonna pretty much put a tent, put some floors, and I don't know exactly how you're gonna fool somebody with this safe. You could just pretty much pick them up, and I don't think it's bolted in the ground, and even if it is in that floor, I don't think it's gonna be that tough to just walk with them. So I'm not sure exactly who's gonna fool this safe, because like I said, you can just pick them up and that's it. You're gonna break it in another place. Probably even this room, as you can see it, very cheaply made, clearly it's gonna be an expensive one to rent. So that should tell you a lot, I would say. Overall, I would say nice place, clearly good condition, better than we saw in other parts of the world. They done well from themselves here, but despite that, you can see that population going down, and not always a bad thing. But here, I would say, I think they are more to say at the local level, let's call it like that, because from above, from very, very simplistic way of view, it looks like paradise. Then in other islands, we can see they don't live that well. They don't have the nice houses. Here, they seem to have the nice houses. They seem to have nice roads, even nice cars. They seem to do well, to do pretty good. But I suspect that is not exactly the full story here, and the fact that population is dropping, usually it's a sign of that things not going on. But again, the population, it's already a bit too high. Not talking about this, especially this place, but again, probably like even this one, look at this, it's very nice, very cozy to live here. With dropping the population, theoretically they should improve their condition, especially if they somehow, usually humans, they get more efficient with time at doing things, and clearly we see a trend all around the world in that regard, especially even in my country, dropping population for 35 years from now, and the economy is just pretty much grew every single year. Even if not every single year, at 5 years, 10 years, you can see a huge improvement. I think right now we just double our economy, which is not exactly that small, every 10 years, something like that. So with less and less and less people and getting older in the same time, so clearly we got much more efficient. Overall, I guess we're gonna be the same from every single country. And this one, probably, like I said, they're gonna do well with like 1,000 people. I didn't imagine that 15,000 people spread around those islands. This one, which is probably the main one, and this one, which I thought is gonna be, not this one, sorry, where is that one? That one, which still gonna see a lot of houses here. I thought, wow, that's pretty much all the population. Even 15,000 people, it looks huge, a huge population. When you see all those houses that you need materials, like I say, pipelines, cables, all that resource you have to pour to ensure that those people are gonna have good condition to live. And it's not gonna be easy, and also it's gonna be expensive. So the only thing that you see, grow economy, get more efficient with less people. Even it's kind of tough to say it. And maybe then later, in maybe the next century, when you actually you would need, probably not need, but if you want to need to just grow a bit population, you're going to do it in a much more sustainable way, not the way that we did in the last 100 years, which is pretty much insane. And some countries still continue on that path, and I don't see a great future for them. Yeah, I think that's the video about Cook Islands. I kind of like it, I have to say. Some nice area. Again, probably it's going to be expensive to live here, especially in the good areas, as pretty much anywhere in the world. That's pretty much the story for the 21st century. The next century, hopefully, is gonna be a different one, but we're not gonna be here to see it. I'm not sure even the YouTube is gonna be here. So who knows? Maybe the next century, somebody is gonna watch these videos and gonna say, "Look how those people used to live," and now the difference is day and night. So yeah, I guess that's the video. Look at this, how far away they are from any pretty much civilization. I would say, look at this, pretty much in the middle of the ocean. Not an easy place to reach. Check the other videos that I have, enjoy them. If you live in one of those places or at least visited, just say the opinion. You have the comment section down below, and you can comment. And yeah, see you next time.